Hi everyone. I thought that since I'm on break and have time now, that I would do a live stream because I have not done one of those in a long time and I really miss them because I did them a lot over quarantine and towards the beginning of summer, not beginning of summer, beginning of the school year. So I thought this would be fun. If you have any questions or just things you want me to talk about, you can drop them in the chat. Yeah. Hi, everyone that's joining. If you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, feel free to put them in the chat. And I'm thinking it'd probably be a good idea if I had something to actually sit my laptop on besides my lap. I don't know. I guess we can just do it in my lap. But yeah, I filmed a video today, so I'm very excited to edit that this evening. And I'm looking forward to being able to make some cool content over break. Hope y'all have been enjoying the Vlogmas episodes so far. I've had a really fun time putting them together, and I'm really excited for the last few of them. But yeah, if you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, please throw them in the chat. That's kind of what this is for me to answer your questions and yeah, it's whatever you guys want to do. I also am kind of loving this lighting. Normally I do it by my desk and I'm backlit, which is horrible. So this is a nice change up for me. A bird just flew by my window. How nice. We have a lot of birds that fly into our windows and that makes me sad because they just fly into it and sometimes they survive and sometimes they don't. It's very traumatic. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I might look up a YouTuber tag or something like that so that way I'm not just awkwardly sitting here because that would be kind of odd. Let's see, YouTuber tag questions. That would be a good one. Let's see, here's one with 50. All right, so the first question is, what's your favorite candle scent? I guess I would have to go with cotton candy because that's the one that I burn the most in my room. There's a local candle shop that makes homemade candles and they have some really interesting scents, so that's pretty good. Hi to everyone who's joining. If you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. Yeah, or if you have something you want me to talk about, you can put it in there. Just kind of going to be doing whatever you all want me to do. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I guess Ariana Grande because she is my favorite. I need somewhere to put. Nope, I'm going to be back up there. Hold up. I mean, this is kind of awkward, but whatever. This way my laptop won't be shaking. So yeah, I guess I would say Ariana Grande because she is my favorite singer celebrity. I actually just watched her movie, Excuse Me, I Love You. It came out today on Netflix. Hi, C&M Forever. If you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, just throw them in the chat because I'm just answering random questions right now because nobody's asking me questions. Hey, Carrie, thank you so much for coming on. Yeah. But anyways, her movie was so good. I bought a Netflix subscription just to watch her movie. I was going to watch it on the pirated websites, which is what I normally do. It's kind of illegal, wouldn't recommend. But evidently those websites are starting to be found out because there's about 3 or 4 that I know of and have used. And literally all of them are gone now. So my only option was to pay $14 for it. And I'm very sad that I had to pay that much. But it was very worth it, and it just brought me back to the Sweetener tour. And it was amazing. Favorite present you have ever gotten? I would have to say either my old laptop, which was like my first laptop, and I got that in middle school, and that was really cool because I was able to like really start making YouTube videos on it. So it's pretty special. But then I also really love that a couple of years ago I got Final Cut Pro, and that has just been amazing and allowed me to be so much more creative with my videos. I'd have to go with like one of those two. But there are also so many like sentimental gifts that are some of my favorites. So I don't know. I got a trip to go see a Dallas Cowboys game for my Sweet 16, and that was amazing because I love football so incredibly much. And getting to watch my team, my favorite player, score a touchdown, it was so surreal. Favorite part about Christmas, I would say like the energy that's in the air. I just think that it's unmatched. Everybody's just always in such a good mood around Christmas, and that makes me happy because I feel like throughout the rest of the year, people don't have that like kindness and same energy about them. So I'd say that is my favorite part. I know a lot of people normally say like family, and like obviously that's nice and stuff, but my family is actually pretty small, and like we get together with that particular group of people kind of frequently, so it's not like something out of the ordinary. My family has never been one to have like a big bash that has, 50 people, all the extended family coming in, and it only happens at Christmas. So I think it's a little bit of a different scenario for me and my family. Hi, Maria. Thank you so much for coming on. Where have you traveled before? So, my family likes to do a lot of traveling, but recently we went to Shenandoah National Park, which is in Virginia. We did that this summer in our RV to making sure we were staying safe with COVID, and that was a really fun trip. Then in March, right before COVID broke out, we went to California, mainly to tour colleges, but we did some touristy vacation things while we were there, and that was a lot of fun. Hi, Sadie. Um, because I'm obsessed with California, so it was like a dream come true. I'm literally wearing like a Santa Monica jacket right now because I love it. Um, and then mainly we just go to national parks. So we've been to the Canadian Rockies National Park, Kenai Fords, and Alaska. Just so many national parks. Um, yeah, but I would say my favorite would probably have to be California. Either this time for like the touristy vacation stuff in terms of LA, or a previous trip where we hit national parks like Sequoia and Kings Canyon mainly. Hi, Bro 4K. Thank you for coming on. If you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, please throw them in the chat and I will be glad to answer them. This position is actually kind of hurting my rib. Hi, Reese. Thank you so much for coming on. If you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, you can throw them in the chat. I hope you all are having a great Christmas so far, and hopefully everyone is on break by now. I know at my school, some people might not be on break yet if they have teacher-made exams, which really stinks. But luckily, I didn't have to take any teacher-made exams. The way it works at my school is if it's a state final, obviously you have to take it. You can't really be exempt from that. But the teacher finals, you can be exempt from. It used to be you had to have an A average and no more than 3 absences. But this year for COVID, they changed it to you had to have at least a C average, but no absences. So, I mean, that was kind of dope. I started my break on the 17th. That's when I had no work left. I turned in my final English paper that morning and rolled with it. Have you ever gone to ones in my state? If you do, we should hang out. I've not seen you since Hershey Park. Yeah, I have not been to any state parks in your state. I haven't, but I think it'd be really cool to go to some state parks up there. But yeah, if I ever get the chance, we'll definitely have to do that, Carrie. Yeah, I think the farthest north state parks that I've been to would probably be in Canada. But in the US, Alaska, I believe would, yeah. My family normally likes to go out west for our vacations because I live on the East Coast and the air in the West is just so nice. It's dry air, and we're used to the humidity, so the dry air with not feeling like you're breathing in fog is amazing. What are you doing for Christmas Day? So, for Christmas Day, it's probably just going to be like me and my parents. Normally, my dad's mom, so my grandma, comes over as well as his sister and her husband, my aunt and uncle. So, just my dad's family. But because of COVID, I think we're going to wait until the weather's nice and we can meet outside because that's much safer meeting inside. However, my grandma does live alone and has expressed that it would make her sad to be alone on Christmas Day. So my mom has said that if she wants to come over and wear a mask and stay for a little bit, then we could do that. But we're just really trying to be super cautious about it. And especially since my grandma would be considered a high risk person, we don't want there to be any chance of us giving it to her. And my dad's sister and her husband and stuff, I think they're not going to come on Christmas Day, but we're definitely going to try and see them like maybe the day after Christmas. Yeah, if you guys want to share your Christmas plans in the chat, I would love to hear what everyone is doing because I think it's so much different this year with COVID. I know what you mean. Yes. Bless your Dan. I hope you have fun though. I'm the same way. We're staying safe too. Yeah, I think that's really important to do. I know all of the like Christmas parties that we normally go to have essentially been canceled. So my mom has a group of friends that she like runs, hikes with, does book club with, and we normally have one with all of those friends, but we all agreed to cancel it because we all of them have kids that go out and do their own thing. So it'd be kind of hard to make sure that everyone was, safe from the virus. And then we normally have one at my great grandpa's house, but he has said not that we're not having it, which is fine, like wouldn't be safe because we have a lot of family on that side that likes to come. And then my great aunt and uncle that live right next door to me, they normally do a big Christmas Eve dinner and they have canceled that and have said that they're going to try and see like each family individually to making sure that the virus doesn't spread, which makes total sense. And then I already explained Christmas Day, and that's pretty much all we normally do for Christmas. Hi Madeline, I'll have to watch later. It's 76 degrees in Phoenix. Wow, that's pretty warm. I think it's only in the 50s where I live, which is still pretty warm for this time of year, I guess. But Christmas Day is supposed to snow, which is pretty exciting. Not gonna lie, I hope that it does snow. I really want to go to I went to Texas last year and I'm home this year. Yeah, I think it would be cool to spend the holidays somewhere else, but this year is definitely the year to stay home and have Christmas with your family. So I think that's great you're doing that, Carrie. I know I would probably much rather go to Texas too, but I guess that's, what's safe for this year. I can try to pronounce your name, but I am not very good at it, so I apologize in advance if I get it wrong. Okay. I'm gonna try this. You can arrow. I am so sorry if I said that wrong. I'm really bad at pronunciations. It's not my thing. For beta induction, I was asked to read out all of the names for the inductees, and I was like, I don't think this is going to go very well. So they told the vice president to do that instead. And I was like, because you know how embarrassing that would be? Like these parents are sitting on Zoom, they're wanting to watch their kids get inducted in a beta club, and then they hear their child's president mispronounce their name. I would be mad about it too if I were a parent. So I was like, this probably isn't the best thing for me. So instead, I got to recite the beta values, beta motto, something like that. And that went much better because I could practice that and rehearse it and not worry about embarrassing their child. I have 6 inches of snow, and it's going to snow on Christmas and the day after. That is pretty cool. I think it would be so awesome to have it snow on Christmas. It's only done it a few times where I live because, like I said, we generally have mild winters in the South. Um, there's normally not much in the way of snow, but at the same time, I don't really enjoy the cold, so I wouldn't want there to be snow on the ground from, like, October to March. I would not be having that, but I do like it when there's one good snow, which is why I want to live somewhere where it stays warm year round, and then I can just take a trip to somewhere where it snows and get my snow fix, but not have to live in the cold for months. I don't know. This is presenting a problem as I am in the college admissions process and I'm like really excited about some schools. And then I look at their weather and I'm like, can I deal with this for 4 to 5 years? Hi, Zaya. Thank you so much for coming on. If you have any questions or things you want me to talk about, you can throw them in the chat. But yeah, that's like a really big factor for me in college is like, can I stand the weather of the place where the college is? Because if not, issues will arise. How are you doing today? I'm doing really good. It's so nice for it to finally be a Monday with no work. I got up at 8:30. A little after 9, I drove to Starbucks and got breakfast. Yes, it was about an hour round trip for Starbucks. But that's where we're at right now. And then I watched Ariana Grande's movie that came out today, and it was amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's called Excuse Me, I Love You, and it's all about the Sweetener World Tour. It's amazing. Then I went for a little run, and now I'm live streaming. We're doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. I love your videos. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I have been putting a lot of effort into my Vlogmas videos, especially when school is going on. It was so hard for me to balance all of that. So I really appreciate it when you guys like comment about how you like my videos or the editing because it really means a lot and tells me that I'm putting in the effort for something and there's at least someone getting enjoyment out of it. Thank you so much for watching my videos from Turkey. That is awesome. I love it when international people watch my videos. And I love watching people's videos from other countries because I think it's a great way to learn about the culture elsewhere. So awesome. Hi, Maya. Thank you so much for coming on. My Christmas break starts tomorrow. That is awesome. I'm so excited for you. I know that everyone is really looking forward to break this year. It has been such a stressful semester. I know, like, my school was online and then hybrid, and trying to balance everything was crazy, and I don't think there's a single person that had, like, a normal, easy semester. Everybody had some struggles with what was going on, so I know everyone is taking Christmas break as a very welcome sight, and even second semester is so uncertain. I know my school, there have been rumors floating around about whether or not we're gonna start fully remote or if we're gonna continue with hybrid. Who even knows? We have snow from December until April, yeah. I could not deal with that, but I do think one good snow that lasts, like, a few days each year is good. I hate it when it snows and doesn't stick. I'm like, "What's the point in that?" Yeah. I've got one more day left of school. Tomorrow is my last day. That is awesome. Everybody just deserves a round of applause for surviving the semester. I think the people that are getting like, adversely affected by the school year, it just, like, really stinks that last year people didn't have to, like, do their classes or anything, and there was no effect, at least in my state, that's how it was, your grade couldn't be lower than when you left, and this year, things are not that way, and I know that that's really hitting a lot of people hard. So, yeah. I'm watching from Romania. That is so cool. I have some friends in Europe that live near Romania, actually. It's kind of a long story, but there's a couple of friends that I have in Europe. I work at the hospital and have to wear a mask all day. Yeah, that's very relatable. At my school, you have to wear a mask. I feel like that's the case at like most schools. You have to wear the mask all day. But luckily for me, I only took 2 classes from my school this year. Well, this semester. I'm only taking 2 for the next semester as well, so I only had to go in for, like, 3 hours a day, so it wasn't as bad as having to wear it for 8 hours, but there have been some days where I've had to wear them all day, and it's not fun, but it's what needs to be done, and all of the, like, acne from the mask. Love that. I mean, my skin isn't perfect as is. This camera actually makes it look so good, but there's a lot of acne, and I'm not saying it's all because of the mask, but at the same time, I've never broken out on my cheeks before, so and normally that's signs of a bad diet, and I eat really healthy, so that's the confusing part. Are you done with finals this semester? Yes, I am done with finals. I actually only had 1 final. Yeah, so my history class from the college had a final, and I took it a week ago on Monday, and I've already got my grades back, and I'm really happy with how I did, so that's good. Then the 2 classes that I took from my school, only had teacher-made finals because 'cause they're AP classes, so there's not a state final for them, and I was exempt from both of them. And then I took 1 class from a state-specific math and science program, and it was a sustainability class, and since sustainability is such a, like, new topic, there's not a lot of factual things that you have to know about it, so there really couldn't be a final exam for that class. There really weren't assessments at all. There would be some quizzes throughout the semester where you had to, like, take information that you had read and sort of think about it and propose your ideas about it. Yeah, it kinda worked out nicely. Are you thinking of cutting your hair? No. No. I really want my hair to be extremely long, Ariana Grande vibes all the way. I want really long hair, and I've been growing it out since 8th grade. Like, I get trims, obviously, to making sure the split ends stay in check, but no, I never want short hair. I I love my long hair. Um, Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for coming on, and hi, Kayla. I'm doing well. I hope that you are as well. Bye, Carrie. Thank you so much for coming on. It's now 11 in the evening. Wow. Okay, so Turkey is very far ahead of the East Coast. So it's about 3 o'clock where I live. Like I said, I live on the East Coast, so I'm in Eastern Standard Time. How are you doing? I'm doing good, and I hope that you are as well. I've had a very relaxing day today, which has been nice, much needed. The stress this semester was through the roof. It's noon where I am. Yeah, so you guys must be a little few hours behind. Um, yeah. What do you normally do on Christmas? Any traditions? So normally my dad's mom, so my grandma and my dad's sister and her husband, my aunt and uncle, come over and we have Christmas Day lunch at my house. And they normally come at like 11 or 11:30 and then leave mid-afternoon, like 2:30, 3. Um, but other than that, we don't really have like firm traditions. I know some people like might watch a particular movie or I don't know, cook something. I really don't know. My family doesn't really do any of that. We just do a meal. And yeah, we're not doing that this year, at least in the same fashion. But normally that's pretty fun. Are you in 12th grade? I am. Yes, I am in 12th grade. I am a senior, so 1 more semester left of high school. I could not be happier. I am 18. How old are you? I am also 18 years old, so that's pretty cool. If there wasn't COVID and we had a chance for had a choice for online or in-person school, what would you choose? Basically, which one do you like overall the best? So if we had the choice for in-person and online, I would pick in-person school for a couple of things. First, next semester I have an art class, and art online, I just don't think that that would be good. The main reason that I'm choosing to take art through my school is because the teacher is amazing and he really helps you develop your technique. The growth I had from when I started beginner art to after beginner art is incredible, and I'm hoping to have that much growth again. I'm taking intermediate this year, and I just don't think that that growth could happen online. I think it just wouldn't go well. And then the other class that I'm taking for my school is calculus. Learning calculus online is not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's definitely better in person. And then the other 2 classes that I've signed up for would be online regardless. Like, it doesn't matter if we were fully in person plan A type of thing, they would still be online just because of the nature of the program. So, yeah, I choose in person. Now, for which one I like the best, it depends. There's some things that I like about both, but overall, I think I would have to say I like online school better because it allows me to fix my schedule the way I want it to be. So I get to sleep in as much as I want to, which really isn't sleeping in that much, normally like 8 or 8:30. And then I normally just grind out all of my work in the morning, and it leaves my afternoons pretty much open to do whatever I want. At least that's how it worked out for me kind of like in the spring. Now, as things picked up this fall, I really wasn't getting my work done that early, but it was still just more relaxing for me. Hi, Faith. Thank you so much for coming on. What is worse, finals or SAT? Sorry if that doesn't make sense. I'm in like the 7th grade. No, I completely understand what you're asking. And I would say that the SAT is worse. So for a final, you can study. You can study that. You have your notes for the class. Your teacher might give you a study guide. And I know personally for like end of grade test in 7th, 8th grade and EOCs, the teachers prepare you very well. They teach to the test because they want you to do well because it's a reflection on their teaching. The SAT, you are on your own. I took the SAT multiple times, never got as high a score as I thought that I could get because, when you're a student that makes really high A's throughout high school, you expect to make a really high score on the SAT. And it's really aggravating when you learn that you're in like the 90th percentile for SAT scores, and it's still not as high as it needs to be for the colleges you want to go to. And personally, the state that I live in does not teach you everything that's tested on the SAT. Why? I have no idea. So I just felt so much more stressed out for the SATs. Um, but I guess it's personal preference. Some people might be really good at the SATs and struggle at finals. That's just not the way it is for me. Do you have Facebook or Instagram? I have Instagram. You can follow me. It is just at Madeline.morphus. I do have a private account because I don't like creeps following my Instagram. So you can request to follow me, and most likely I will accept it. I accept pretty much all my follow requests unless if it looks sketchy, and yeah. um I've got to go, but I love the live stream. Oh, thank you so much for coming on, Sadie, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Where are you from? I'm from the southeastern United States. Do you drive? Yes, I do drive. I have a disability and school is hard for me right now. I am sorry. I think school is really hard for everyone right now, but I know that disabilities can make a traditional learning environment hard, so I can only imagine what it's like for you now, but I hope that things get better. OMG, really, that's so unfair for the SAT, especially if you have straight A's. Normally, that's kind of, yeah, that's how I felt, and honestly, it was so annoying because I took the SAT. I've taken it a lot. I took it once in middle school for, like, this academic accelerated program that was just kind of like, "Take it to see where you are." Did I want to? No, but my mom made me. And then I took it again my sophomore year because I needed scores to apply to the state-specific math and science program. And for a sophomore, I was like, "Okay, this is pretty good. This isn't that bad. Maybe we can do okay." And then your junior year is when you test. So I took it in March. That was the first one. And I did okay, but I was like, "I need to get this higher." Well, then COVID hit. And so I studied all summer long, did tutoring, all of this, and my score went down. I was like, "What is this?" So I was really stressed. I was like, "Oh my god, I spent months and months and months studying and it went down." And so then a month later, I whip it back over and I take it again, and then my score went up. I got like my highest composite score and highest in each section. And I was like, whatever. So I'm honestly so glad that schools went test optional this year because yikes if they didn't, for the ones that I want to go to at least. Those schools that I wanted to go to probably would not be happy with the score that I got, but I still sent it to some. We played strategically. I've had a disability since first grade. Do you think that I will do good in school this year? Well, I think as long as you do your best, that you will do great. Thanks for doing a live stream today. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm really happy to be doing it because I haven't done it in a while. What's your best subject? Traditionally, I have done the best in math. It's my favorite, that is for sure. So, English, I like, besides AP English, I did pretty like okay in English too. Like, not well, like in English, I also did okay, but the thing for me is like in math, it's very black and white. You're either right or you're wrong. In English, it's so subjective. It's like you can think something and back it up by the text, but it can still be wrong because that's not the way the test maker was thinking about it. And that really makes me mad because just because I interpret something differently doesn't mean that it's wrong because writing is an art form. You can interpret it in many different ways. So, I don't know. The only form of English that I like is eco-criticism. I love that class, and that's where you think about how nature and literature like are connected and affect one another, and it's so interesting. And since I'm like really into the environment and sustainability, I was just really good at that. But normally English is a little bit of a struggle. Then history, I just don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. I don't care what happened in the 1800s, okay? I understand that you need to like know some basic understanding of history, but I feel like the history classes just repeat themselves. Like it's the same stuff. What happened in the 1800s hasn't changed since I studied it in 6th grade. Okay, it just hasn't. And so I don't love it. I really don't, and I don't like trying to remember all the dates and names. That's horrible. And I do really like science as well, but only particular sciences. So I like environmental and chemistry, but biology is no. So that's why math. I love every aspect of it. Um, happy for early Christmas. So happy early Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much. Happy early Christmas to you as well. Um, Thanks for all the Pinterest tips. You're welcome. Love that you guys love my Pinterest videos. I honestly need to think of some more because not gonna lie, like every single time I post one, it's like one of my best videos. But at the same time, I'm like, do I have more Pinterest tips? I don't know. But I'm glad that you all love those videos. Um, do you have a boyfriend? No, I do not. Um, trust me, if you saw the selection from like where I live, it's no. Um, so yeah. I just like really went through all those questions fast. If you guys have any more, you can pop them in the chat. There's my wreath up there. How nice. You should have a boyfriend. You're so nice. Well, thank you. Um, but like I said, the selection around here is just not a vibe. Not a vibe. But it's all good. Yeah. I I live in a really small town, so it's not like there's a large selection to start with, but then given that I live in the country, you get a lot of what we call yee boys, and mm, I just feel like I couldn't or I just, like, can't be around them for, like, 2 seconds without going off on them. And that's how it is at school too. That's why I choose to, like, isolate myself from everyone because, like, there are yee girls too. I've I'm lucky I have found, like, my small group of friends that aren't yee, and that makes me happy. And I just I have tried sitting in the cafeteria before, and the amount of yeehaw that just like is in the atmosphere, I can't handle it. I really can't handle it. So yeah, that's a little insight to where I live. I mean, I literally live in the middle of the hayfield. If I turn my camera, you guys can see out. Middle of the hayfield, middle of it. Are you going to have a Zoom meeting with your family for Christmas? I don't think so. I mean, we tried to have a Zoom for my birthday, and I love my grandma, but she's very technologically challenged. So she's probably going to come over for like a short visit and wear a mask inside, probably for only like an hour, hour and a half on Christmas Day. And then I think that we might try and do like the day after Christmas or sometime around then, meet outside and everybody brings their own food sort of thing. But I don't think we're going to try Zoom. Um, yeah. I mean, I think Zoom's a good idea if you have like a lot of people from like far away that can't come in because they would have to fly or something like that. But for me, all my family lives not too far from us, so it's not really that big a deal for us to wait till it's nice weather to come and meet each other. Ooh, coffee burp. Um, but I know that there are some people where they live, it's too cold for them to meet, or again, they might have to fly or something like that. Um, yeah, I know. And plus you're completely right. Everything is on Zoom now, and I feel like it's getting really old very fast. I know like you have to Zoom for school and then this and that. Everybody's just very zoomed out right now. And I think that's completely normal. People just don't want to be on Zoom for that long. I know that tomorrow my beta club is putting on a holiday party on Zoom, and I'm really hoping that we get some people on there. But at the same time, I'm worried that people just aren't going to want to be on Zoom after doing online school, which I would completely understand that if I had to be on Zoom from 9 a.m. till 3:10 p.m. every single day. That would be rough. Really rough. I'm a good pool player. That is cool. I'm very bad at pool. So, kudos to you. Um, what is the most hard grade for you and why? So, the hardest grade level that I have had so far has been my junior year, and I think that was probably because of self-destruction. I took an extra class each semester, so that bad idea. I had to do it though to get in requirements. So basically, I'm in a state specific math and science program, and I have to take at least one class from them each semester to maintain my enrollment and graduate with the minimum of 4 credits. And that conflicted with me needing to get in art classes, architecture classes, and foreign language classes. So yeah, I would say if you don't self-destruct, your junior year might not be that bad. Senior year this semester really wasn't that bad until like the last 2 months. And the last 2 months were horrible because I was applying to colleges, trying to keep up with all of that, while my AP English class was like hitting the floor running. Like we were sprinting. And that was rough. But I think that if you didn't apply to as many schools as I did, or were taking like a normal course load, like not super strenuous, then your senior year will be much easier than junior. But if you really push yourself your senior year, that could be harder. It's kind of depends on what you take and how much you choose to let yourself suffer. Um, I'm on Zoom from 9 a.m. to 12:10 every day. That's rough. I hate that. It's raining and windy over here right now. What's the weather for you guys? Where I live right now, it's nice and bright and sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky, which is very nice, but the past few mornings whenever I've woken up, it's been really foggy out, but then the fog breaks and it turns out to be a beautiful day. So I'm very thankful for that because I do get my energy from the sun. So if it's cloudy, I'm just tempted to lay in bed all day. Um, yeah, I don't have snow right now, but it might be coming on Friday on Christmas. That'd be pretty exciting. Your Zooms are optional. That's really nice. I mean, I guess technically speaking, the ones for my school are optional too, as long as you like do your work, you won't be counted absent. But I don't see why people would just not go to the Zooms because I would feel so behind and kind of like I'm skipping class if I did that. Yeah, I don't know. But for people that don't like Zoom, that's a good option for you. Yeah. Well, if you guys have any more questions, I'll probably stay on for a few more minutes and then get off and do who knows what this afternoon. Maybe work on scholarships. I told myself I was going to do that, but haven't got around to it yet. I do not have any brothers or sisters. I am an only child. So, yeah. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun if it snowed on Christmas for sure. I think it would just kind of complete the aesthetic and stuff like that. It would be a vibe. All right, well, thank you all so much for coming on. I'm going to go ahead and hop off and probably work on some scholarships or something like that. So I will see you with a new upload on Wednesday. Bye.